You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, KAHB 35, serving the greater Boston area. Today is Wednesday, January 15, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. Now for today's weather. While it was a frigid start to the morning, it will reach 43 degrees by lunchtime. Now for the 3-day forecast. Later tonight, it will dip back down to 22 to 25 degrees with winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow will be more seasonal with temps at 25 to 27 degrees with winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night will be wicked cold, with temps in the single digits. Friday, temps will be in the low 20s with a chance of snow and minimal winds. Friday night, the temperature will be the coldest for the week with temps near zero and 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, KAHB 35, serving the greater Boston area.
This is WBZ News Radio, Boston's news radio. We have breaking news coming from Boston's North End. It seems that a large molasses tank has ruptured and is threatening to flood all of the North End with a large wave of molasses.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department and the Boston Emergency Management. Due to the sudden temperature increase, a large tank containing 2.3 million gallons of molasses has burst and is currently threatening the North End with a 25-foot molasses wave. Boston PD is ordering all residents to shelter in place for the entire North End of Boston. The wave is moving at 35 miles per hour. Molasses is much thicker and stickier than water and can act like quicksand. If you smell sweet-smelling air, quickly enter the nearest building and hide in an interior room with no windows. Boston PD is ordering the rest of Boston to stay away from the North End, with police barricades on the Charleston Bridge, Interstate 93 and Hanover Street. Again, the Boston PD has issued a shelter-in-place for the North End.
That was a shelter-in-place warning from Boston PD. The situation is far worse than any of us could ever imagine. If anyone hearing this message is in the North End and isn't already, get indoors and stay indoors until the all clear is given. We'll stay on air for emergency news and updates. This is WBZ News Radio.
All clear. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Boston PD and Boston Emergency Management. The wave of molasses has settled. The Massachusetts National Guard is being brought in to help find people that have been stuck in the molasses. Several small businesses have been swept from their foundations and have been destroyed. It is unknown how many people have been trapped, but we expect injuries in the few hundreds. It will take up to a week and a half to clear the molasses, but with the cold front blowing in, cleanup may take longer. The road blockades are still in place, and will be until the cleanup efforts are completed. Again, the Boston PD has issued an all clear for the North End.
This is WBZ. Boston PD has issued the all clear notice. The large molasses wave has finished its terror. The National Guard is on their way to help with the rescue effort.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Massachusetts Army National Guard. The rescue efforts have begun. If your loved ones are missing, do not panic. They may just be stuck in the molasses. The molasses is mostly waist deep for the average height person. We do know that there are people that are completely stuck under the molasses and most likely have not survived. Everyone that is injured will be brought to the local hospitals unless their injuries are minor. All minor injuries will be treated by Army medics and then the person will be released to the care of their family. After rescue efforts have ended, the cleanup efforts will begin. Do not crowd the rescuers. The cold front coming will make the molasses much thicker and will make the rescue efforts slow considerably.
This is WBZ Radio. The National Guard, along with local first responders, have started the cleanup efforts. We're being told it will take, at most, 3 days. As they said, don't crowd the first responders. The large cold front moving in will drastically thicken the molasses and will extend the rescue efforts.
You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, KAHB 35, serving the greater Boston area. Today is Sunday, January 19, 2020 at 12:30 p.m.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Massachusetts Army National Guard and Boston PD. The rescue efforts have been completed and the cleanup efforts have begun. There may still be bodies stuck under the molasses and any bodies taken out will be cleaned up and identified, then will be given back to their respective families. Roadblocks are still in place for the next few weeks. Again, the rescue efforts have been completed and the cleanup efforts have begun.
You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, KAHB 35, serving the greater Boston area. Today is Saturday, February 1st, 2020 at 11:23 a.m. Now, for today's weather.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Massachusetts Army National Guard and Boston PD. The cleanup efforts have been completed. There still may be some lingering molasses, but the majority of it has been cleared and the north end is safe to drive through again. The roadblocks on the Charleston Bridge, Interstate 93, and Hanover Street have been lifted. The injury count is 300 injured and 42 dead. The mayor's office has set up grief counseling for all affected families. Again, the cleanup efforts have been completed and the roadblocks have been lifted.